God bless him after 90 years.
This week's 7 Little Johnstons ended on an emotional note as the Johnstons mourned a death in the family. But the episode began in lighter spirits, with Emma preparing for her senior prom. She, Amber, Heidi, and Ella went dress shopping, and she tried lots on in search of the perfect dress. Emma narrowed it down to a tangerine gown and a sea blue one, then made her final decision.
Are you saying yes, Emma?
Yes, I am saying yes.
And I do think
to the
Yes. I picked number 5 because it was the right blue and it was just perfect.
For her junior prom, Emma took Ella, but this time around she'll be bringing a date.
I'm planning on taking Hi. I know him from conference and we're really good friends, and I was like, hey, why don't you just go to prom with me? Because he's really fun and energetic and he would have a fun time.
After meeting at the LPA conference, Emma and Hi have bonded over their similarities.
So Hi and I have some things in common, like we were both adopted. I was adopted from China and he was adopted from Vietnam. We both have a brother that was adopted from South Korea, and we both have achondroplasia.
It's gonna be fun. I'm excited.
Me too. Hopefully they play good music. I mean, last year I think they played decent music.
For Emma, decent music means Taylor Swift, of course, but it turns out that Hi isn't as big of a Swiftie as she is.
I have a couple Taylor Swift songs in my playlist, but mostly country. I'm a country guy now.
when it comes to relationship and Emma talking to guys, you have to be the guy that's like outgoing and can break her out of her shell, because she's one to be shy at first, but then, you know, a bundle of joy once you break her out of the shell. But for a guy to not like Taylor Swift, that's a deal breaker for Emma.
Yeah.
While Emma had prom on the brain, Trent was up to his usual hijinks, giving Amber a St. Patrick's Day surprise for their upcoming birthdays.
Trent!
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Amber.
He stripped out of his costume, though it wasn't as romantic as it could have been.
As I was setting this up, I totally forgot, like, there was going to be a constant fan blowing.
Okay.
You're worth your pot of gold today.
Okay.
But we could just act like it's like a white noise machine and it's here to cover up other noises.
Or we could just wear noise canceling earplugs.
No, because then we'll shout at each other.
How does that feel? You like that?
Ahead of their birthdays, they reflected on their past year, and it's been a roller coaster.
The best thing this past year happened is we became grandparents and we have a beautiful grandbaby.
Yeah.
The chaotic thing that happened this year was our daughter told us that she was pregnant and having a baby.
Yeah. And that's what I keep reiterating to all my children is I would like time to enjoy with this grandbaby, continue raising y'all. So please be thoughtful when thinking about your mother.
The day before Amber's birthday, they celebrated with a lunch date, and they enjoyed getting some quality time to themselves. It was the next day, on Amber's birthday, that things took a sad turn for the family. Trent recalled how he was working outside when he noticed he had multiple missed calls from his sister Heidi.
And I called Heidi right back, and she was very upset, crying that something had happened to Dad. And he was unresponsive, and the paramedics were working on him. I said, Heidi, get in the car and come home.
Trent rushed to the hospital and sadly learned that Poppy had passed.
He didn't suffer, he didn't fight, he didn't moan. He didn't do anything. God bless him after 90 years. That's the way he needed to go.
The day before Poppy's funeral, the Johnstons gathered together to celebrate him with a heartwarming remembrance dinner.
I'm so grateful to have the family we have and to just share and reminisce. As hard as it is and as much as we will miss him, it just grows that strength of our family just tighter and closer together.
They incorporated all of his favorite foods and even displayed old photos of him.
We had a pretty fine-looking grandfather back then. We've never seen these pictures before the times we've been to Nana's house because her basement was so scary.
Poppy was definitely a stud his whole life.
It's surprising seeing these photos now because I haven't Seeing them, I mean, obviously it's been stuck in the basement. None of us would want to go in there because if you saw for yourself, you'd know why.
Yeah.
But it's surprising seeing them because I'm like, oh, damn, okay, Poppy. I didn't know I can pop out like that. Poppy could pop out.
Poppy had a sweet connection with his children and grandchildren, making lots of memories.
One of my favorite memories with Poppy was, it was me, Alex, and Ella. We would always spend the night at Nana and Poppy's house. And then we didn't have clothes, so we would wear Poppy's white big t-shirts, and we would just hang around with Poppy in the bedroom and watch TV.
My favorite memory with Poppy is probably when me, Dad, and Poppy went down to Poppy's brother's farm, seeing like all like the tractors and just the farm life. I think that's probably my favorite memory.
Poppy also cemented a special bond with Jonah.
I was the first LP grandchild on my dad's side. My dad was raised, very strict with him. I was the reason that my dad was able to see a lighter side of Poppy. I mean, we just connected so well. It says a lot, I think.
Trent read everyone the eulogy he prepared, which was full of heartfelt memories, and there wasn't a dry eye.
Dad never showed negative emotions and never missed a beat, or at least not in front of his family. On weekends, Heidi and I would often go out and do teenage things. Heidi would wait around to see Poppy get home or until he slipped her $30 for the weekend. He would then look at me, squeeze my shoulder, and ask if Mr. Shelton had paid me from the hardware store yet.
Trent concluded his eulogy with this lesson Poppy taught him.
He also said we are little people. Some may judge us by our size. When you shake hands with somebody, squeeze it hard, son. Let them know you're strong. When your parents pass away, it is sad. But if you have a parent that was strong in their faith and a man like Poppy, it's a blessing to us now because we got somebody else to talk to. And I'm just not saying that. I really, really mean that.
The next day was Poppy's funeral, and afterwards, the whole family gathered together to reflect. They were amazed at just how many people from Poppy's life had come, which they said was a testament to the man he was.
It's amazing how time passes and you haven't seen people in a long time. But whether it's 25 years later, they come back to pay their respects. And at some point, and I'm not just saying it because he's my dad, Dad did something for those people.